Hi, everyone. Hello. Hi. I'm so excited to see you guys. This is, you guys know this is like my favorite hour of every week. I will let the room fill up. Let's do a one-word check-in. How are you guys feeling? I'll give you my check-in. I'm feeling, what is my word right now? I have a lot of work to do. I have a webinar. Hi, everyone who's saying hi. I have this Dating Over 50 webinar, which is taking place on Saturday. For those of you who are on our newsletter, you've probably seen lots of flyers about it. So I'm working really hard on that. And then some workshops that we're going to be doing. I'll keep you guys all posted. So I would say a little work stressed, but other than that, feeling grateful, feeling healthy. Wow, I see words like vibrant, cleansed, fragmented. How is everyone blessed? What a great word. I'm so calm. I love excited for all this time I'm going to have for my new stuff. I love this. The webinar is at 12 o'clock, Missy, noon Central Time on Saturday. If you guys want to be, somebody said defeated. Don't be defeated. I love all of you. This is going to get you guys going. I'm glad. Most of what I see is hopeful, peaceful. Oh, you guys, you are appreciated. Thank you. I love you too. Excited. Walk the labyrinth. I love that. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm going to go with that. But overall, I'm feeling great. Bela, bubble bath and beer. I love that. I put that in my Instagram story. Did you see that, Janet? Best quote ever, cracked me up, inspired. I am so delighted that you guys are here and you're all joining. Hi, Kay. I love to see friends, clients, new people. If anybody is on here that's new, put a heart in there and I'll give you hearts back if you've never been on one of our lives before. We've been doing these for about 3 to 4 weeks. If you're new, welcome to our cocooned, happy little community that we've formed. We've got a lot of regulars that have been on here. I'm obviously a regular as the person hosting these. I see a heart. I see more hearts. Hi Manny. Hi Barbara. Thank you for joining us tonight. Hi Rob. So happy to have all these new people. Rebecca, I see you. I see all of you guys. So tonight, what we're going to talk about are first dates. You guys, the topics for dating and relationships are virtually endless. I could talk about whatever you guys want me to talk about. So yesterday, for those of you who look at the Insta stories, I ran a poll just saying, what do you guys want me to open with? Because you've probably figured by now I'm pretty extemporaneous and I will just talk about what you want me to talk about, but I like being prepared. And I got a lot of different questions. And so the topic that won for tonight is about first dates, right? And there was a lot of different questions around first dates, like how do I get a first date? What should I talk about on a first date? What should I wear on a first date? So there's so many questions around that. Thank you about these earrings. They're a little heavy, but they're my little splurge. You know, it's COVID night and I wanted to dress up for you guys and get out of my fancy sweat. So I actually put on a dress and some lipstick and some hoops for you. So I am drinking my own Kool-Aid about stepping it up when you're on video dates. For those of you who have joined us for the first time today, and for those of you who've been on, just to recap, my God, we have talked about everything under the sun. Okay. Andy is here and he's standing over here because I think he wants to say hi. Didn't you? You can come in, everyone. Okay, this is my husband, everyone. Andy. He is. We will be married for. Is it 23 years? How are we going to be married 23 years? We have been married for 23 years. This May 17th is our anniversary. So he puts up with me and loves me and is my ultimate high GHQ guy. And I haven't had a glass of wine in 5 days. And I know that makes me sound bad, but he just said, you're breaking your streak. So I'm having a glass of wine. So this is Andy. Oh, look, everybody's saying he's so cute.
Everybody.
He is
and on
so
that
cute.
on that same theme, I think Bela bubble baths and beer, that describes basically how she spends every Friday night. So I think
really. I wish. So good. Well, that's Andy for those of you, my husband. So this is an at-home party. I hope you guys have a glass of whatever you love to drink. So Andy, so we were back to first dates. So that's the topic. So when I do post these things, follow my stories because I listen to you guys. I think those of you that DM me, you know, I will DM you back. I love helping people find love. So this is my jam. No, Andy does not have a brother. I'm getting a few questions about that. They want to know if you have a brother. Alas, no. He has a married sister. But I'm always on the lookout for you guys. So if I see great guys, and as I get to know you, you know I might set you up. So I know there's lots of people on here, so I'm gonna try and somebody says you need to clone a lot of brothers. Cheers to you. Oh, thank you. Somebody's saying I love how you respond back. I couldn't believe it the first time you did. I love responding to you guys as much as I can. I'm not always on my phone, but when I am, I try to sit down and put on all of your messages and DM to everybody back. Hi, Elizabeth. So about first dates, you know, I'm going to stay pretty general. And then I started pulling out, you guys know I'm nerdy and I like to be prepared. So all of the things that I have written over time about first dates. So I'm gonna, and I of course put the best of notes for you guys because you're important and I want to give you the absolute best of the best. So for first dates, you know, first dates are fun. Okay. I don't know if do you guys like first dates? I think that they're fun. Granted, I have a husband and I haven't been on a first date in a long time, but I meet new people all the time for work. So I consider myself constantly dating, just not romantically. So, but I'm always going on dates with new people. So I can certainly empathize with you guys. But the first thing I want to tell you about first dates is keep them short and sweet. That's so important. So I know in the era of COVID, at this point, we're not out dating, but when you're going out on dates, what I want you to do is keep in mind a drink and an appetizer is a perfect first date or brunch, right? That's it. 60 to 90 minutes, that's all you need. Kay says, I love first dates. It's the fourth date I have a problem with. I love that. So first dates are great, right? The fourth date is where the rubber starts to hit the road and you really start to see if like crazy is coming out of the closet. By the way, do you guys know, I learned how to do this when I was little. I can do one going backwards and one going forwards at the same time. It probably means I'm crazy or ambidextrous. I haven't done that in like 20 years. So, but yeah, so you want them to be short and sweet. I love, and if somebody asks you out, you can say, hey, I'd love to go out. How about if they say, would you like to go grab dinner? If you don't want to do dinner, do a drink and an appetizer. You can just say, oh, I have dinner plans at 8:00. You have dinner plans. No, you don't, but you can say you have dinner plans, and then you can do a drink and an appetizer from 6 to 7:30 before your dinner plan. So that's what you can do, and that puts a nice set of boundaries on it. Yeah, Missy, absolutely. Do a call first. So let's go into the mechanics real quick of how to get to the first date. Swiping, messaging, texting, whatever you're doing in the app, that's great. Step 2, take it to a phone call. right? Because one of you, I'm sorry, I can't remember your name, says, crazy cannot keep crazy in the closet for more than 10 minutes. That is a Bela saying for the last 10 years since I've been in the dating business. Talking to somebody on the phone really helps you to suss out if this person sounds sane or if they sound kooky. Now, if they pass the phone litmus test and do it, even if you say you hate talking on the phone, everyone does. So many people don't like talking on the phone. Just do it. Someone said before, Missy Lavender right here, I always do a call first. You can tell a lot before you meet. Any bad dates my clients typically go on, they've skipped the phone call. Okay, so always do the phone call. And now, phone call guidelines, please. Okay, when you get on the phone with somebody, you can just say, I would love to put a voice to a name. How about we have a call tonight? Then all you have to do is have a call that's 10 or 15 minutes. Just, say, hey, I would love to, talk about the details of, going out on a date. Especially if somebody asks you out, that's a perfect time to say, hey, let's chat about the details on the phone, right? So that's it. And then 10 to 15 minutes on the phone, be upbeat. Typically, this is a good tip. My daughter did an internship interview today, and I gave her the same tips because it was a phone interview and she wanted to get the job. Stand up and smile while you're talking on the phone. Standing up puts you in an energetic frame, and I told her to smile while she talks because your voice sounds more melodious when you're on the phone. So think about what's positive, just like you were doing job search, just like my 16-year-old who had to talk through her little resume. Be prepared, know how you're going to talk about yourself, and then get on the phone, and if the phone call sounds great, today what you're going to do is do a FaceTime. Right? I'm seeing people never do a first date without a call ever, ever, ever. Right? That's where the bad dates happen. So then 100% do a video date, right? It's COVID. I know that we just got our stay-at-home order extended for another month. I know my kids aren't going back to school until September, if they go back to school, knock on wood. So we're in this for a bit longer, at least 4 to 8 weeks is the prediction. And then who knows how quickly things will snap back to normal. So guys, get jiggy, get comfortable with video. Yes? Okay. How many of you, by a show of thumbs up, have done a video date? We talked about vibe check on Match. Did I talk about that last week? Yeah, it was last week. Last Tuesday, I did an IG live with Match talking about this video function that they have. So you can literally go straight from the app, and Bumble has this too. And I know all the apps and sites are really hustling to put the video function in. But do the video dates, start video dating. And then for first dates on FaceTime dates, I think 30 minutes is plenty. I heard someone the other day say 60 or 90 minutes. I think 30 dates. Look at how many of you have gone on first dates. Thumbs up, thumbs down. I see one. Thumbs up. I'm glad that you guys are doing these video dates. And I hope that are they getting easier as you do more of them? Okay, I'm hoping so. I'm hearing from my clients that the video dates are going well. People are ramping them up. They're getting more comfortable doing them. And I told the story last week. I was nervous as hell before I did my first Instagram live, which was just 3 months ago. 3 months ago. And I was so nervous, but now the more I do these, I love this. I feel like even though I wish I could hear your guys' voices, I wish we were all sitting in a room together, having a drink together, but I'll take this because I feel like I can feel your energy through the comments. But the video dates, they get easier, just like Bela doing Instagram Live. Hell, you guys, if I can do an Instagram Live for 100 of you, or the hundreds that watch this even afterwards, you guys can do a FaceTime date. So I want those of you who have not done it, I want you to commit to yourselves or give us a smiley face that you're going to try to do one in the next 2 weeks, okay? Do one video date, at least. You got to take massive action to find love, right? We got to do some things. We got to do things differently. So the video dates, for first dates. These are tips. I'm going to give you tips that I may segue back and forth from real dates to video dates. So bear with me because I want you guys to know, and we can always do another IG Live about real life first dates once we can actually all live again and meet people and touch people and see people. But write this tip down. The way I want you to start your date and the day of your date, I want you to know this. The best way to get someone to like you is to like them first. Did you guys hear that? I'm going to repeat it. The best way to get someone to like you is to like them first. Okay? So now this is going to be your mindset for dating. You like this person. No, they don't need to prove themselves to you. You are already going to walk into that coffee date, that brunch date, that drink and appetizer date, or that vibe check Skype video date. You're going to walk in liking this person already. When you walk into a room and someone's like, oh my God, hi, it's so nice to meet you. When you feel like someone likes you just for being you, there's no more intoxicating, lovely feeling. Okay, so the best way to get you is to like them first. So I want you to look at I want you to have a phone conversation with them. Try to like them. I want you to look for things that you have in common. Think about having fun with this person. Kind of manifest a good date and like them first, and they're going to feel that as soon as the date starts. Now, when you are IRL in real life, the first thing I want you to do when you see your date, and I know some of you are going to poke at me for this, I want you to give them a hug. I know it's Corona right now, okay? So let's pretend after this, we're not talking about Corona anymore, that we're back to January all over again, and it's safe and we're not wearing masks and all of this. But the best way, don't handshake with somebody, right? Because that feels like it's a business meeting. It turns it into a professional tone instantly when you put your hand out, and ladies, I know in today's world, of heterosexual relationships, a lot of guys are afraid to give you a hug. They're afraid of being too assuming that maybe you don't want a hug. So women, especially if you're open to this and you're cool with it, reach out and just say, I'm a hugger, and give the person a hug. It just chills everyone out. The power of loving human touch. And I'm not talking about intimate touch, just a hug, right? Give the person a hug. Steve Harvey, we did his show for seasons. Steve Harvey, when I first said do the hug, he's like, yeah, what kind? He's like, a hug? I said, yeah. He goes, oh, you mean, I said, not a hug where you're like touching pelvises. It's not like the Chariots of Fire embrace. He's like, oh, Bela, you mean the cousin hug. And I'm like, the cousin hug? He goes, yeah, how you'd hug your cousin. I'm like, I kind of love that. So give your date the cousin hug. Someone can hashtag it, the cousin hug. Okay, Bruce, you're a hugger. I love that. Okay, hashtag give someone the cousin hug. So it's not like a creepy hug. It's not I'm really nervous and I'm going to pat you on the back. Those weird kind of hugs with people that don't know how to hug. And we've had to give hugging lessons to clients before. And it's no joke. When they weren't hugged a lot as kids and they don't really know how to hug, and maybe they're in a profession where they're not allowed to hug. Like if you're a therapist, you're not allowed to touch your clients. So hugging is a big deal. So give a hug, give someone the cousin hug. Remember, you're going to like them first. The best way to show that is give them a hug and then say something nice, right? That's the next step in the dates. After you give them a hug, give them a compliment. Like, my gosh, I've been waiting for this all day long. I've been looking forward to meeting you. You look even better in real person than I imagined you would. I'm so excited for this. Say something nice. If you like the person's shoes, if they look great, you don't have to say, wow, your abs look amazing in that shirt. You can just say, you look great. That's it. That's all you have to say. Don't be too specific about body parts, right? Just say, you look lovely, you look great, period. The person will appreciate that, and then you go on. And absolutely, smile your face off on dates, okay? Just keep smiling. And you remember we were talking about this, I think like 5 Instagram lives ago, like when we were talking about video dates, having the smiling face when you're listening, the smiling face when you're talking, and you can say the words internally, sex or money, to keep you kind of with the pleasant look on your face so that you don't have, RBF, resting bitch face. Right? I know so many people have it, including myself, believe it or not. If I don't watch myself, I can definitely have resting bitch face. So smiling, all of these things, compliment them right away. And then get into some small talk while you're seated, the weather, the traffic, where they live, whatever. And then the biggest thing I want to get across to you guys for first dates is try to keep them positive, okay? Try to keep everything that you're going to talk about positive. You can ask a question, like, what was the best thing that happened to you today? Right? And that shows that you're a positive person, and it shows that that's how you think. Ask them something like that. And you don't have to exactly take my script, right? But say something that puts the date in a positive way. And even if you're on Skype dates or FaceTime dates, you don't have to talk about the gloom and doom, of COVID and when are we going to get back to normal and all of that. Don't worry about that. Keep the date positive and show your most positive self. And I love that question. What's the best thing about your day? And another great tip, instead of asking someone, in American culture, it's very okay to ask someone, what do you do for work, right? And in many other cultures, I travel a lot, and I used to travel a lot for my last career. It's a very awkward question to ask people, right? What do you do for work? It seems very intrusive. For us, it'd be like asking someone how much money they make. So, but in our culture, it's okay. But what I found is an actually better question to ask, write this one down too, is what do you love about your work, right? Or what got you into this line of work? People are overdated. We have dating fatigue. Getting to know you. What do you do? What do you do? Where do you live? Blah, 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 blah. It's like a fact exchange, right? But instead, we want to get to some juice. We want to have fun conversations. So to have fun conversations, be the fun leader, okay? And ask the fun questions. What do you love about what you do? How did you get into that line of work? And the best thing you can do when you're on a date is listen to understand. And I'm not talking about, there's two kinds of listening. There's listening to respond. And that means I'm going to ask you a question. Let's pretend we're on a date. Like, oh, what do you love about your work? And now what do? I tune out, because now I'm thinking, what am I going to say? What do I love about my work? And right then, I've just checked out. I'm not present for the other person. And that person feels that shift in a moment. And you all know it, right? We all know when someone gets into their own head and they stop listening to us, right? I love this question here. I like to ask, if you could travel anywhere, where would you go? That's an awesome question. I have a little list of questions here that are super fun that we give our clients, and I'm going to read some of these off to you when we get there. Okay, I get sidetracked. We were talking about listening to understand and staying present in that moment and really listening for the juice. What I want you guys to do is, people love talking about themselves, and people love talking about what they love to do or what they're proud of. And listen for those little, I call them treasures, okay? Listen for treasures. Listen for what they love, what they're passionate about, what they're proud of, and get them to talk more about that. So think about yourself as a journalist. When you hear your date talking and they're describing something, think about yourself like, pretend you were like Diane Sawyer or Charlie Gibson back in the day, or Robin Roberts or Michael Strahan, whoever you are, and you want to really look for the next nugget in that conversation to really get to good conversation, and look at yourself like that and ask those deep questions that show that you're really listening and you're really interested. Like, tell me more about that. That's such a great question. Tell me how you got into that line of work. What do you love most about it? And these are easy questions that just get you out of the ping pong, boring tennis matches of standard first dates, right? And while you're on the date as well, obviously observe their behavior, because you're a good listener. And I don't want to get you guys into looking for red flags, but if there are red flags, just quietly note them to yourself. It's okay if the person's mean to the waiter, they seem really negative, they're critical, they don't have anything nice to say about anybody, they're playing the victim. Those are all things to note, right? So, and just have general observations, right? We give our smart dating clients a dating scorecard that they get to score how each date went. And so right after the date, so it's fresh in your mind, but you can do this too. You can journal about the dates. You can journal about what went well. How did you come to the date? Did you hug the person? Were you bringing the best version of yourself? Did you ask good questions? Were you really present? Were there red flags to this date? And these are, These are really easy things for you to do, and they make the date better, and it also keeps your brain organized, because as you start to date more people, and maybe as you do more of these Skype dates and you start stacking more up of them, I don't want you to get confused about who you had what conversation with. So definitely keep a dating journal and write things down about the dates and just journal it, because then, for my clients, I have them, they're going to talk to Lindsay, or they're going to talk to me, or someone from my team. I want everything after the date to be really fresh in their minds, because sometimes our minds can play tricks on us, right? And turn a bad date into a good date, or a good date into a bad date, or sweep red flags under the rug, right? So someone asked a question, what if they never mention your name from the get-go? When you get there, reintroduce yourself. Don't make the assumption that they know your name, right? It's like going to a social event where you might forget someone's name. Like what I try to do if I walk into an event and I don't remember people's names, because I meet a lot of people, I'm like, I don't remember that person's name. And I'll just be like, hi, we've met before. I'm Bela. And then people will go, yeah, I know. Like, that's the worst response. If you ever hear someone say that to you, like, hi, I'm Bela, or I'm Elizabeth, say your name again. They're cueing you to say your name. Don't say, yeah, I know. Okay, you're in your own head, right? So tell the person your name again. Hug it, like, I'm so nice to meet you, Bela, again, just for the record, just in case, you never know. Just want to be polite. You can absolutely do that. So those are really easy. That's a really hard part of dating, says someone, is talking to a few people at the same time. Absolutely. And that's why we have the dating journals. We have dating scorecards. So we have a system, but you guys can make up your own system that works for you, and go with that. For us, we want to get all the juice out that we want to know to be able to guide our clients. Because for those of you that have worked with us, we're saying, yeah, no, that's a good one. That's not a good one. Even though sometimes you think that's a good one, we'll say, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. There's 5 red flags around that. Take my little sip. Let's see. So Lindsay sent me this great, she said, here are some of our Bumble questions that we're asking clients. So if you're texting, you can ask these in app, or you can also ask these while you're on a date. Some of these cracked me up. She's awesome. When I drink, we should all drink too. Okay, good idea. I'm gonna say cheers to all of you. Everybody take a drink. Andy tells me that I talk fast and I say a lot and I don't take a breath, because I love doing these Instagram lives. So he encourages me. That's why he gives me this glass of wine to just have a sip and take off. Hi, guys. Hi. My kids just walked in. I'm on a live right now. Another question. Okay, so hilarious questions. What songs have you completely memorized? I love you guys. You had a Coke float. People are cheering. Somebody's drinking milk. Cheers to all of you. Cheers. That just gives me an excuse to take another sip again. So I don't know if you heard that question. What songs have you completely memorized? How hilarious of a question is that? I think it's so fun. Another question, just easy, there's so many things out there to learn, and with Netflix and online courses, what do you wish you knew more about? What would you like to learn? That's a great question, and it's a good question to really give you insight into someone's head and what they're interested in, what they want to learn, right? So I don't know if my kids think I'm the coolest mom. They might, but some days they do, some days they don't, when homeschooling's not going great, right? So let's see. Here's another great question. What's the luckiest thing that's ever happened to you? Isn't that a fun question, right? These are just fun, playful, get you out of the drudgery of standard dates. And these are also great questions that you could text back and forth. So these are first date questions. These are questions that you can text back and forth. So super easy. Here's another fun one. I love this. So what are your top 3 favorite things to talk about, right? You just throw that out out there. And you want to make sure that these questions don't seem like you're on a deposition, but when you can find a way, you want to be prepared. I always say, have these kinds of questions in your back pocket, right? 3 to 5 questions. I always have what I call jumpstart questions, right? It's like, imagine if the battery on your car dies and you need to jump. If the conversation gets a little like in a lull, you want to be able to put the jumper cables on to jump questions. So yeah, Cassie is going to ask these questions to her partner tonight. Isn't that lovely? So this question that Lindsay has on this list was hilarious. Would you rather have skin that changes color based on your emotions or tattoos appear all over your body depicting what you did yesterday? Okay, so this is obviously hilarious, and you have to be in the right mood and with the right person. But the questions here, there's a question for everybody, right? If you're more conservative, you can stick to the books and the movies. You know, if you're more of a music person, you can talk about songs that you've completely memorized. I'm a total music person, especially music of the 70s, 80s, 90s, probably 2000s. So good. I'm glad you guys are loving these questions. Here's another funny one. What's the most memorable gift you've ever received, right? These are so funny. I have heard someone told me that she was dating a guy and she's, and he, for her birthday, gave her a basket of cleaning supplies, like a feather duster, right? Just sort of an interesting gift for someone that you're dating to give you. And she keeps a very neat and tidy place. So maybe he thought she would like cleaning supplies. She was thinking she would like something more romantic because they had been dating for about 3 months. But yeah, she got a whole basket of cleaning supplies, which is so hilarious. I'd have to actually think about the most interesting gift I've ever gotten. There's tons, but if you sit back, take a walk down memory lane, you guys. And I want you to know, to have good dates, guess who's in the driver's seat? You. You get to pick the questions. You get to pick the topics. You get to like the person first. You get to ask the good questions, right? So it's so funny. Someone's got a tequila bottle on a first date because he worked in a distillery. That's awesome, right? Hilarious, right? The guy who gave my friend cleaning supplies was prescient. He knew we were heading to COVID. Hell, if somebody gave me Lysol antibacterial wipes right now, I may tell Andy I may have to find a boyfriend at this point. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so these are just fun questions that get you out of getting to know you. So I hope that some of these questions help about first dates. And of course, even when you're going on video dates, you guys, have good lighting, dress yourself up like you're going on a first date. Zhuzh yourself up. I've seen people on work conference calls really kind of let their appearance slide, really take it seriously, take a shower. And when you are clean and you look good, you're going to be a better date, right? If you haven't showered and you're feeling greasy, scummy, and you haven't changed your clothes and you just can't get yourself to do it, I'm telling you guys, it makes all the difference. When you look good, you feel good, right? So here's a good question. What if they keep talking about themselves? How do you change the momentum? So if someone keeps talking about themselves, just say, oh, that reminds me of a time where blah, 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 and gently redirect to yourself, right? And everybody's favorite subject is themselves. And sometimes give people the benefit of the doubt and give them grace. They probably don't mean to be, a conversational hog, a ball hog in the conversation. So a lot of people don't get the opportunity to talk to people. So when you ask them a question, they will go on and on and on, and they're just happy to have someone listen to them, right? And I know, but redirect to yourself. And then if the person doesn't seem interested in anything that you've had to say, that might be a pink flag, right? We might give them a second date and see if that happens. So you need the hairdresser to open. Girl, don't we all, right? I cannot wait for the nails to be done, the hair, we're all waiting for that. So a question here, what if you're talking to a widower? Do you ask about their wife? I don't think so. Not unless they bring it up. There's no reason to bring it up. I always usually let other people take the ball on that, because maybe they're processing it and they want to really invest in you and they don't want to talk about the person that they lost, right? So I would just focus on him and what lights him up, and think about, again, what makes that person proud, what makes them happy, what do they love, and the time will pass really quickly. So, and on virtual dates, it's exactly the same thing. Like I was saying, look good, be prepared, and virtual dates don't have to be any longer than 30 minutes, right? You can do them on FaceTime, you can do them on Skype, and remember, set yourself up a Google Voice number. So if you're not using a Match or a Bumble or whatever, an in-dating app kind of function that you don't have to give somebody your real name or a real phone number, Google Voice. Tip that I always give out, free, easy, and a piece of cake to do, and you can call, you can text from it, so it's amazing. If the date goes well, at the end of the date, when you're in person, I want you to end cap it with a hug, right? Unless the person is a complete train wreck of a human being, give them a hug and just say you had a great time and that you would love to do it again, and then take off, and now you're done. That's it. It's as easy as that. Say something nice, right? During the date, and even if your date seems like a person that wants to have a debate or argue something, just try not to take that bait, especially in today's highly polarized, highly politically polarized world. People have strong opinions about everything. The goal here is to connect with somebody. The goal here is not to be right and convince someone of our thoughts, our political points, whatever it is. The goal is to connect, find places to connect, not disconnect. Okay? So that is what I have for you for first dates. I hope I gave you enough to get you excited about going on first dates. Oh, questions. Okay, kissing on the first date. If you want to, go ahead. Just make sure it stops there, right? Slow the roll, okay? That's fine. When a date keeps talking about themselves, how do you switch it up? Like I was saying, redirect it to yourself. That reminds me of a time when I blah, 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 right? Somebody's asking about social distancing dates. I don't know if I see the comments in real time or if I'm lagging behind you guys, so I'm sorry. But I see a question here, social distance dates. A walk or a talk at 6 feet is fine if you're comfortable with that. Heidi, I would still say do the Skype date first. Do a couple of them before you agree to socially distance date with someone. So that's what I would say. What to wear on dates, right? Dress up. Look nice. Don't look like you've been couch surfing all day. Depending on where you live and what the weather is like, dress appropriately. But dress in something that makes you feel pretty. Dress in something that is feminine, if that's who you are, right? Dress so that you are comfortable, but that you look good. Wear something that people give you compliments on, that kind of highlights the nice parts of your body. For a lot of women, it's something V-neck. For guys, wear a crisp, great-looking shirt with a collar, right? No schlumpy, dumpy. You're not going to look like you're trying too hard. Pressed pants, a nice pair of jeans, belt and shoes matching. These are simple things. Have a watch on, right? And smell good, everyone. Not too cologne-y, but just smell fresh and clean, like we've been showered. So, I see Laura says she's been talking to someone for 7 weeks. Lots of conversations and finally meeting. Hands up. Woohoo! So excited for you. So someone's saying, yes, I will post this. As long as it lets me save, I will definitely post it in stories. And for those of you who aren't on our newsletter, go to Smart Dating Academy, because I upload the videos to YouTube and I send them out to people so they can see. Just go to smartdatingacademy.com, sign up for any form. I'll make sure you're on our newsletter list. Thank you. I'm actually wearing a dress for you guys. It's not even a blouse. So it's velvet. So I love velvet. I like fancy, fun things. So yes, wear something that makes you feel good and look good, things that you get compliments on. Any other questions? Or I am going to, you guys, as usual, knocked it out of the flippin' park with your questions. in Insta. I mean, it is amazing. Everybody put them in stickers today. People weren't emailing them to me or DMing them to me. Thank you so much. And I love how you guys are chatting with each other. Yes, we can always match people in the Dallas area. We don't match, but we're date coaches, so we teach you how to be your own matchmaker, which is so much more effective than hiring matchmakers. And I had a conversation with a Chicago-based matchmaker just because I like to be friendly. Matchmakers are now charging $50,000, $100,000, or $150,000 for matches with no guarantees. That the starting rate for women is 50,000 greenbacks. Right. Okay, so be your own matchmaker, and I will teach you how to do that. So let's see. Andy's telling me to take a sip, so I took a sip. Okay, so I'm going to read this question first, and I don't know how to pronounce this name, and I'm only going to say your name. I'd like to keep these anonymous because it's your birthday. So today is Lane Eva Bless's birthday. I don't know. I only know what people's Insta names are. So happy birthday if you're listening to this. And she says, do you think it's too late for 50 plus to find love again? Today is also my birthday. Hell no, it's not too late. Let me give you some numbers, people. There are 118 million single adults in this country. 35 million of them are singles over 50. That is why we are doing a webinar on Saturday at noon Central called Dating Over 50 in Pandemic and Beyond. Different information than what you'll get here because I can actually do a PowerPoint deck and show you lots of things and help you work through things. So if you haven't been on one of our webinars before, they're amazing. So if there was no market for people over 50 to get out there, why would I be doing that? I am telling you, there is an amazing amount of amazing singles that are over 50. Do not lose hope. 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. People are meeting all the time, so it is never too late. Life begins at 50. Hell, that's awesome. I'm very happy to hear that. I have something to look forward to for when I turn 50. Ooh, and somebody's saying at 60, so yay. Kathy's turning 60 on Monday and dating. Happy early birthday, Kathy. Everybody give Kathy a little shout out. So someone asked about healing from a quarantine breakup. Oh, that stinks. I'm sorry. Do the same things that you would do to heal. Surround yourself with great people that uplift you. If you feel like this breakup was really, really hard and maybe it was long distance, and get a virtual therapist. There are tons of people doing virtual sessions. We're doing tons of virtual sessions too. I'm happy to talk to you or find a therapist. But healing from a breakup is hard. Just make sure that you block the person. You're not talking to them. Many studies show that the only way to get over someone at a relatively healthy rate is to cut off all contact. No emails, no texting, no calling. Get rid of their stuff. Purge it so your mind starts to get set for healing and new happy love. Next question. How do you tell someone you're not interested when you're not used to letting people down? We prepare individual scripts for our clients to do this, just depending on what's happening with that particular situation. So the best thing I can do to give you advice around that, because I'm not coaching you directly and I don't know exactly who you're dating, is deliver someone a message that you would like to be delivered. Practice the golden rule. Let someone down in the way that you would want to be let down, right? In that kind, gentle, sweet way, whatever that is. Just do that and you should be in good shape. And you can say it nicely. I mean, especially if the person hasn't been a total jackass, right? If the person's been nice and you're just not feeling it, just, at the end of your text, you can just say, you're a great person and I know you're going to make someone really, really happy. So say something, practice the golden rule with your breakup text or letting someone down. Let's see. Turning 60 on Monday. We might know through process of elimination who asked that question. Is dating over for women since men are looking for younger women? No, absolutely not. Dating is never over. It's never over until we're off the earth, right? We are psychotically optimistic. We know love is coming to us, right? And we're going to take massive action to find this person, right? So dating is not over. And if you see someone your own age that's looking for someone 20 years younger, pass them by. Who cares? Good luck with that, dude. Look for people that are looking for you. There are plenty of amazing guys out there that are looking for age-appropriate women that are 60 years old or older. Here's a question. Men are attracted to me, but after a few dates, I'm told they feel the lack of chemistry/spark. It's hard to diagnose this question as well. It could be different things. Most likely, I don't know, maybe it's your picker and you're picking people that aren't actually good for you, right? And subconsciously, you know that. I would love to say that that's the case, and maybe they're narcissists, and you're absolutely, kind of just shying away from those guys, right? But if you're hearing all the time that they don't feel the chemistry, I guess I would ask you, are you bringing your positive, fun, connecty, flirty self to the dates? Are you interested in them? Are you being interesting? Are you preparing for the dates? Are you being, I call it easy breezy, macaroni cheesy, just fun, flexible, and interested in them? And I think that ultimately what we coach a lot of men, what they want to feel from a woman is that this woman would be a soft place to land, someone fun to come home from a long day at work with, someone who would be on their team, someone who is just fun and flexible and likes to have fun, right? I don't know exactly what it is, but just ask yourself, like are you maybe bringing work you to the dates? Are you, just not in a great space? A lot of times when people have stressful jobs and they go straight to dates, they bring their work stench with them. They don't bring date you with you. So get home, go home, and maybe have a dating ritual. You guys know I love my dating rituals, right? Put on some awesome music, pour yourself some green tea, maybe a margarita, a glass of wine, a cup of coffee, Pellegrino with grape juice, whatever it is. I just named to you all of my favorite drinks. Freudian slip. Pour and put on music that pumps you up. Freshen yourself up. Put on your red lipstick. Put on your pink lipstick, right? And that is definitely going to put you more in fun date mode. Wash the stench of work off of you, right? That is how you also build that spark. So I hope that helps. You can certainly DM me with more information. I'm happy to try to help, or we set up virtual Skype sessions. Happy to walk you through those as well. Let's see. I'm keeping an eye because Instagram boots us off right at the 60-minute mark. So here's a question about red flags, and it came with 6 exclamation marks, right? So red flags on the first several dates. Someone who is flaky, someone who is inconsistent, someone who seems negative. They're playing the victim all the time. Everything in their life is gloom and doom, or all their exes are crazy, all their kids are awful, right? Anybody that plays that fiddle, bye. Somebody who's mean to people that they think are lower than them. Maybe that's the person serving your food. Maybe that's the hostess. Somebody that has nothing nice to say about other people. Those are all red flags to me, 100%. So let me think of other first date red flags. Someone that just looks angry and sits there with their arms crossed the whole time, and just talks about themselves or gives you yes or no questions. They might just be anxious, but remember, you can only control yourself, right? So if somebody seems like they just want to fight, they want to debate you, they're not looking to connect, they want to pick an argument, those are all red flags. If someone is bragging about how many first dates they've been on and how they've ghosted people in the past, those are all bad bets, right? So those are red flags. So hopefully that helps you. There's so many other red flags, but I'm not going to get ahead of myself because we're only talking about first dates on this IG Live tonight. People that talk about sex. Oh, hell yes, exactly. People that are talking about hooking up or why they broke up with someone because the sex wasn't good or she wouldn't have sex or he wouldn't, he didn't, whatever it is. Someone that's getting too physical, that's creepy, yuck. Don't like that at all. So I see these lovely comments here. You're going to make a man very happy when you find the right one for you. That's so nice, right? No talking about your ex, right? Don't ask someone about their divorce, right? Don't ask someone how online dating is going for them. Don't ask them if they've been on Skype dates. Don't have people talk about other people, right? This is you're trying to connect with this person. Don't get them talking about other people, right? Absolutely, right? Guys that never ask you a question, that can be a red flag. Sometimes, women have a lot of other women to talk to. Sometimes guys don't have a big network of people to talk to, so they get excited when somebody is interested in asking them questions about themselves, and they don't mean to be a conversational hog. But hopefully when you can redirect the question and you can redirect the conversation, and then they'll get the hint and say, oh my God, I haven't asked you anything about you, right? So, good question here. Should they come to your neighborhood or meet halfway or their neighborhood? Ideally, it depends. I mean, if we're going to play by, normal heterosexual norms, and if you're not looking for a heterosexual relationship, like give me some sort of a rainbow sign or something in there and I can talk through those tips. But yeah, I mean, typically most men are fairly chivalrous if we're talking about men and women looking for each other. And guys will usually offer to come to your neighborhood. And I think it's really nice because women put themselves obviously in a position of not knowing a neighborhood, especially if you say, meet me halfway, like how does she know where she's meeting you? But if you, guys meet her in her neighborhood, it's just a really kind, chivalrous thing to do. And, maybe ladies, you can say, hey, for this first date, would you be willing to come near where I am, right? Or you can travel a bit, but I want you to make sure that you feel safe wherever you're going on the date. And yes, absolutely. Someone just wrote this, don't let them come to your house. Usually people have great intentions. I believe the best about humanity and the best about people. That being said, be smart and keep yourself safe. If someone offers to pick you up, they're probably offering because they're courteous or they're generous. Get yourself there. There are Uber, Lyft, cars, taxis, walk, bike, whatever it is, get yourself there, right? Nobody needs to pick you up. Nobody needs to come in and see your place. You don't need to see anybody's place as well. And there's enough bad stories about guys getting jacked, right? They go on these dates. A woman will be like, oh, come to my house. And they drive to her house and she'll say, oh, come up. And it's not a woman at all. It's 5 dudes that are looking to rob him. Don't go to anybody's house. Ladies, gentlemen, anybody. You don't know this person and you're not going to know this person for a long time. Keep yourself safe. It should always be a public place that's well populated. Don't go to places that you're not familiar with. And the same thing, like I said, for guys, try to do that as well. Keep yourself safe. You guys are my smart daters and I care about you and I want all of you to be safe. So practice good, safe dating rules. And if somebody says, may I pick you up? Just say to them, here's a good text response. That is so kind of you. I really appreciate that. It's generous. I was planning to take an Uber and that's perfectly fine for me, but thank you again. Be very gracious in the way you respond. Don't assume because somebody offered to pick you up that they want to chop you into 100 pieces. That's probably not the case, knock on wood. So just be gracious in your delivery. Always be kinder than necessary. Okay. Let's see. I love how I have these questions and you guys ask all these great questions. So it's like questions. Let's see. We answered a lot of these. Some, meeting guys on apps, next steps, things to talk about virtually. We talked about a lot of things that you can talk about. Get somebody to talk about what they're interested in. Use the questions that I read out before. You can have great, easy, fun virtual dates, right? Another question, how to start a conversation when you match in online dating, very much the same way. And when you want to start a conversation when you're texting someone, look at their profile, look at their photos. And a very natural way to do this, even more natural than the questions I gave you, is to ask questions about them. If they say they went to the University of Illinois, if they say that, they love red wine, that their favorite place to travel is Italy, engage them in that. Ask them questions about that, right? So somebody's on their fourth sticky note. I love that. You're out of wine though? Oh, that's okay. Keep taking notes. I love that you're out of sticky notes. Hopefully this will all be in a live tomorrow that you guys can watch again. So someone said, this is a good question. You're obviously reading my site carefully. What are some of that GHQs to look for? For women that are looking for men, we call them high GHQ men, high and good husband qualities. And we have a process that leads each woman individually to determining what her high GHQ characteristics are. I'll tell you what, it's a very different checklist than you will have when you come in. And for any of my clients that are on this IG Live, our wants and needs list, our happy people, our elevator list, you come out with a totally different high GHQ list. But if I had to give you some common ones, I would say someone that adores you, someone that is supportive and kind to everybody and has your back and is loyal to you and makes things easy, right? I love Lucy, you take pages when I talk. I love you. Let's see. What is next? Wow, this is a big question. How do you know if the person is the one? Dang, I think we need to have an IG Live right on this one. Oh, David, I love that. Dependable, reliable. Those are great, underrated characteristics. Nice. Those are all awesome. Yes, absolutely. Date someone who likes you a little more than you like them. You guys are the best students. I swear. I love this. Honesty is great. Does he have a pulse? Just kidding. Thinking of the Saint Motel song. I love you guys. How do you know if a person is the one? I would say there's a lot of things. You feel chemistry, you're attracted to this person. And the one word I'll tell you that I hear from all of my clients, because I know we're limited on time and I could do an IG Live on this. So next time I post topics that you guys want, if you want to go more into that, I'm happy to do that. Someone who makes it easy. When I hear from my clients that this relationship is just easy, I know they're going to the altar. Like, this is it. Easy is so many things. Easy means, it doesn't mean there's no conflict, right? Easy means we navigate through life easily, right? I want to do this. He wants to do that. We figure it out. We have a conflict. We come to it. We talk about it. We get to a better place. Nobody's, throwing Ginsu knives at each other or throwing the microwave across the room because they're angry, right? Easy relationships. You're both flexible with each other, right? Easy is sexy. Amen. Hashtag that sucker. Let's make t-shirts. Easy is huge. Easy is a big deal. So I'll tell you, my neighbors had a baby and they were having, oh gosh, what is it called when you have a baby? Is it a baptism or christening? I should know this, sorry. But it was a religious ceremony and we were invited and we were sitting next to this couple and they had just gotten together and his name was Justin. And Andy, my husband, was sitting next to me and he was like, and so I asked Justin, I said, how did you know that Kristen was the one? Because Justin owns a super successful big company and blah, blah, blah. And he said to me, he goes, you know what? He's like, it was easy. And Andy looked at me and he just smirked, like, more data for you. Absolutely. Easy is a big deal. Easy is the best. You guys are right. So I have a minute and a half left. You guys, for those of you who asked these questions that I didn't get to, I'm going to rip these off and I'm going to say, did not answer these. And I'm starting with your questions next week. I swear. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being on this live. I hope that you guys will come to our webinar, Dating Over 50, if you're over 50, or even if you're in your 40s, or hell, if you like what we do, even if you're in your 30s, come and join the webinar. You're going to learn a lot. It's on smartdatingacademy.com. You can register. I don't know that we have that many seats left. So if you're interested in it, I know I looked and we're almost sold out, but it's going to be amazing. And for those of you who can't be there at 12 o'clock, we'll send out a recast and we're going to announce an exciting workshop that's going to be limited to 10 people. So definitely attend the webinar. I love you guys. I'll see you next Thursday, because this is a thing now. We're doing this. And see you next Thursday. Invite more people. Love you guys. Thank you for being here. You registered for Saturday's webinar. Can't wait. Awesome. You booked your seat. Awesome. Do it. I hope there's more seats by the time the rest of you get on there. I know it was kind of slim. We sold out really fast today. So thanks, Bruce. You're always great too. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you for being you. Talk to you soon. See you Thursday. Bye.